Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I'm going to talk about the top mistakes that I made when I was starting my own agency back in 2018. It's been about 7 years since I started the agency, so a lot of very expensive mistakes have been made. That's the point of this video, is to try to give you a couple tips here of things that I wish I could go back and just, if I could implement them now, it'd be amazing. I would be in a very different financial situation. So a lot of these are going to be financially kind of driven mistakes that I think that if you do these things right, you're going to be in a very good spot 5 years from now if you're just starting up, or even if it's, years later. Like, I only really implemented some of these in the last couple years, and they've been very fruitful and good changes that I've made for my agency and business. So let's dive into it, guys. Just before I start, if you do get any value, please like, subscribe, ring the bell. Really appreciate it. It helps us reach more insurance agents and give away this free value. I have nothing vested in interest here other than just to give away my best tips. And if you watch my other videos, you can see I literally just give away all my best stuff. So let's dive into the video. Okay, so I'm gonna go through these tips, and I think these are gonna be in order of like which ones kind of come first when making these decisions for your business to grow your agency. So first things first, I'm gonna talk about is hiring, because this is probably one of the most expensive areas in your business. Like, a wrong hire can cost you $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 over a period of a year or 2 years. Like, the wrong person in your business can bleed you dry. It could be a very big mistake, an expensive mistake. The first thing I think that I didn't, this is just me being naive and young and not knowing any better, I was just hiring people because they looked good, they sounded good. But I didn't really do any deeper due diligence of the quality or qualifying these people to make sure they were going to be either A, really good at service, or B, really good at sales. Like, these are the two areas of value that people bring in an insurance agency. Is like, can you service our accounts really well, or can you make sales and grow put premium on the books? Didn't really have any process for that. So I think the number one thing that I will recommend if you're starting out is having a very fine-tuned hiring process. Obviously, you don't know what you don't know. Like, now I can look at people and I can make that decision. If you need a second opinion on somebody, always reach out to an experienced agent that's seen things. Like, happy to answer those questions. If somebody wants to reach out to me, it's like, hey, I'm looking at hiring this person, here's what they have. I will probably ask some questions that maybe you're not thinking about or not sure about. So that's the main thing. It's just having a fine-tuned hiring process to make sure you're getting top quality talent. I had people come through the business that were not the best when it came to those things, and they actually ended up not bringing the value. I spent a lot of time with them and then ended up leaving. Time and money are both very valuable things, as you know. So having a fine-tuned hiring process. The next mistake I made was overpaying employees that were also underqualified. I have a double standard here when it comes to overpaying people. I think that overpaying the right people, like an A player, like a top-notch person that you think is going to bring, value, a huge amount of value, and you want in your agency for the long run, that is totally worth it. I always tell people, like, if you like this guy or this girl, like, and he or she is doing super well and is going to grow your agency and make, sales and continue to be somebody you can see long-term with your business, absolutely overpay them. Like, I'm a believer in making sure those people are happy and they're not going to jump ship because you're not treating them well or paying them enough. Overpay them. Those are great people to overpay. Do not underpay underqualified people. Like, people that are just not qualified, do not overpay them. There's no benefit or reason for that. So that's kind of a double-edged sword. Don't overpay underqualified people, but overpay qualified people. Make sure that those people stay. The next thing there is not making my incentive or pay structure performance-based. I was just paying people like I was giving away the farm. I was giving them top-tier commission and great salaries when they were not working for it. Now I've developed a structure, an incentive structure, where you only really make this commission if you make this much in sales or perform at this level. You don't deserve the top level commission for bare minimum work or activity. Like, you need to do this activity to hit this top tier commission. I used to have this fear like of making the incentives too hard, and the reality is this is the way that things need to be in order to run a profitable insurance business. You don't just give away the farm. You have to make people earn it, and winners will appreciate that. The right people will appreciate that incentive structure. So if they don't appreciate it, then that means they're probably not go-getters, and they're not gonna work for it. The right people, the ones that are hungry, that want to win, they will love that, and they will work for it, and they will make it happen every single month. All right, this goes into my next big mistake was not negotiating higher commissions with the insurance companies themselves. This was something that I wasn't really super aware of. I just accepted that, especially non-standard companies, they just give you 10% no matter what. Like, that just is what it is. It's very difficult to do this with standard or admitted companies, like hard to negotiate your commission. You might be able to do that when you're getting an appointment. It's possible you can ask for more. Still always worth the question. But with non-standard companies, let's just say Amwins or RPS or CRC or RT Specialty or all these other wholesalers, they want the business. They're competing against each other for this type of business. I started to see this wholesaler might offer us 11%, 12.5%. There's different commissions that are being paid in different places to be competitive. And it starts to steer you towards the ones that are paying a little bit more, because as you start to grow, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, $5 million, $10 million book of business, 1 or 2 or 3%, that makes a big difference. 3% of $10 million, like it's a significant amount of money. It's not little chump change every single year. So that those extra points in commission really make a big difference. So don't leave that money on the table. Ask for it. Like, say, hey, I talked to Amwins, I talked to RPS, I talked to these, they're offering me 11%. Would you be willing to offer me a little more commission? And obviously it's a two-way street. That relationship with whoever it is that you're working with, you need to make sure that they're on the same page and you're bringing value, because they make commission too. Remember, these broker underwriters with these wholesalers, they make commission too. Bring them good business and have a good relationship with them and do a good job and be thorough and easy and good to work with. And I'm sure they'll accept that, and they'll be willing to give you a little more of a piece of the pie. Another and last big mistake that I made was not charging appropriate broker fees or any broker fees at all. When I first started working with the non-standard companies, and especially if you can charge broker fees in your state, always double check this with the Department of Insurance in your state. In California, we are allowed to charge broker fees, so we do. But when I was first starting, I was really afraid of them. I almost felt like, oh, this person's not going to buy the insurance because we're charging the broker fee and it's just going to be too much. I was very price driven and oriented. Those non-standard policies, guys, they take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and they're, especially renewals, coming in back in renewals, it's just a messier process. It doesn't just auto renew like all the other nice standard admitted companies. I think it's really important for your time to charge an extra broker fee, because the commission's already low. It takes a lot more time. It's earned and deserved. The broker fee started off with a very low broker fee, bumped it up, and now we're at an appropriate broker fee, I would say, area. And I was just afraid of it for whatever reason. I was like afraid to offer the broker fee or charge the broker fee. Now I'm not afraid. It's important. We need to have it. It injects cash directly into the agency in addition to that commission, quickly, immediately, and it helps you grow your business. I wish I made this change a long time ago. We would have had tens of thousands of dollars more in revenue that was completely just injected into the business. Immediately a long time ago. It would have really helped us grow, pay payroll, to grow marketing, to give a better service to customers too. So overall, it was a big mistake. I should have done it. Don't be afraid to do it. And that's pretty much it, guys. So like I said, this all kind of hit me at one time, maybe a couple years ago. A lot of these particular mistakes that I'm talking about right now. Called my friend. I was just really upset at one point, maybe 4 or 5 years in. I still wasn't really making all that much money. I just wasn't taking home money for myself. I just kept reinvesting and reinvesting and reinvesting. And it always just felt like I was never making any money. I was like, damn, it's just this business just kind of keeps growing and growing, but I'm not taking anything myself. And I asked my buddy who runs an agency as well. He's like, dude, you're just giving away everything, man. You're giving away the farm. Your commission's way too high right off the bat. You're not charging fees. Your commissions are low. Your incentive plan is just all wrong. Your standards are just too low. Your standards are too low. And it was almost like this fear of almost making money myself. Like had this like kind of like wall where I was like, I can't make money yet. And it just hit me that one day. I was like, dude, I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this. If I wanna make money and really pay myself, it's my turn. Like at a certain point, you realize like, I've done all this work. I've built this up for people and helped other people set themselves up for success. It's my turn. It's your turn. And I wish I knew this stuff when I was first starting up, because if I structured it right, I would be in a very different financial situation. That's why I'm bringing these tips to you. And it sounds ruthless, it sounds intense, but it's the reality of growing a profitable business. Unless you just want to have a business that just breaks even forever and you don't pay yourself forever, then don't take these tips. But if you do want to build a business that makes money, is profitable, you have to implement these things. It's just the way things work, and ultimately allows your business to grow and provide a bigger and better service for more people out there. So that's all I got. Hopefully these tips did help you, and I really try to give away as much of the value and information that I can possibly give. If you do want to talk to me directly, you can always hit me up at chriscostantini.com. Boom, there's my website. You can schedule a 1-hour consulting call with me. I'm happy to do that. And especially like if you're hiring, you want a second opinion, I'm happy to point out some things that I think were good, bad, or review somebody's interview with you, because those are big, expensive decisions. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So also shout out to Tudo. Boom, the best CRM for generating leads. Figured that out about like 4 or 5 years ago, and it's been a game changer for my business. So if you want to figure out new ways to generate leads, Tudo, boom, great CRM. You import your data, you generate your own leads. It's not a lead vendor. Let me make that super clear. It doesn't just spit out leads. You have to get your own lead data, import it, and then you can run different text, email campaigns by using it with compliance. Obviously, it needs to be opted in data and contacts like leads that you purchase, but it allows you to retarget them at scale. So it really allows you to 10x, 100x, honestly, 1000x even, your activity and your work, and do a lot of automation. It's very, very, very powerful with automation. So that's all I got. I hope you got some value from this. Please like, subscribe. Really appreciate that, guys, and we will see you at the top. See you soon. Peace.